What's up, guys? Jeff with HKS Lock Safe. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a big haul tool review. What I use mostly as the safe and locksmith on a daily basis, many hours a day probably, sometimes too many, is screwdrivers. So what is it that I like about screwdrivers? What works for me may not work for you, so I'm not telling you these are what you need, but I'm just telling you what works for me. What do I look for? I want a tool that'll do a lot. I want a tool that'll do it fast, and I want a tool that will be trouble-free. So all these are ratcheting type screwdrivers. They also, almost all of them, carry a bit storage, except for the vessel. The vessel is just sort of an oddball I bought for the shop here. Everyone else, I'm just field testing to see what I'm going to be following out in the field with. I've been using this snap-on. I used to use their old-fashioned handle one. Really like this. One of the benefits I like of it, it's a magnetic tip holder, which is always nice. But B, it's when your hands are busy, you're able to flick back and forth, forward, backward, left and right, without taking your hands off there. There's also bit storage. My only complaint on this is the price is pretty expensive. They're at least $100 even if you find them on sale, and B, occasionally that cap will fall off and all those will fall on the ground. That sucks. That is my only complaint, though. I've been running this probably 5 years, like I said, easily 3-4 hours a day use, and never had an issue. I did have a weird thing where a bit broke off and the magnet fell out, and I was able to get the magnet out, and the magnet literally went into another one the exact same diameter and stuck inside. Very weird situation. And probably never be able to do that again in a million years, hopefully, but yeah, they did warranty that, so no big deal. That's a bonus on Snap-on. Is, you know, they obviously are expensive, but they do give you a lifetime guarantee. Most towns you could get a truck and stop by the truck and at least show them it, and they'll either order it in or replace it on the spot if they have them, but that's good. So this is the Snap-on. These are the interchangeable as well. You could get shorter and longer. That's I think the 6-inch one. I have the longer one for certain things, but I don't really use that very often. I just bought it. This is also the same screwdriver other than the pivoting action, which is nice if you ever need to go to town on something. And same thing, that's the longer of the two, but exact same screwdriver other than the handle pivoting. I think it's a little bit more money too. So those two are really my go-to right now, and I literally have just bought all these other than this one recently. They're all different brands. I use this one in the truck as well for a stubby backup, and it's actually really nice. It's made by Milwaukee. It's a ratcheter too, and you're able to do that one-handed as well. Sometimes you just need a stubby. A long one won't fit in there all the way. I got really short stubby ones as well if I have to, but that's nice if you just have to get really close to the side of a door closer. Sometimes you have to adjust something or take a cover off, and those big ones won't fit in. There's not enough angle to get there, so it's nice. Just grab the stubby, and like I said, that's really nice. You don't have to take your hand off the handle. You could adjust that as well as you'd like. I also am a big fan of the knurling on these things. Like I said, when I look at tools and I want it to work fast, when I'm screwing something in or screwing something out, you could do it twice as quick. You could get that finger moving and then that hand moving. You're doing it twice as fast pretty much. Saves a little bit of time, and I really do like the knurling on that. Some of these have knurling, some of them don't. This is a very mild knurling, like you could almost not even feel that when you're... I don't think it's because it's worn off, because this one's pretty new. They're just a lot milder of a knurling on there. Some of these other ones, this is the LTT model. It's definitely a more aggressive knurling, and same as the German companies. These are a couple German companies. Well, this is a Blue Point, Stillwell, gear wrench, Vessel, Vera, Snap-on, Duratec, Snap-on again, LTT, and this is Kildeer. Some of them are made in Germany. I bought them from a company, and I'm always a big fan of the German equipment. I use a lot of German optics in the safe trade for you know, scoping stuff, and that's just world class. So we will be back, and I will discuss some pros and cons. We'll be back. Alright guys, so let's go through these. I'll go through from left to right. These snap-ons I'll probably take out of the mix just because I've done reviews for those before if you want to search and look for those. But yeah, they are really the same. I already did show you the ins and outs. I do like the offset section of being able to flick it with your thumb left or right without taking your hand off the handle necessarily, just moving that. Nice tips, but like I said, the only drawback I find so far is these caps will pop off occasionally. They do have an O-ring on there, and I'm probably just going to go get a new O-ring to keep a little bit more pressure against that so it doesn't pop off. But that's my only complaint about it, that and the cost. But you know what, you buy once and cry once. So I will put those to the side, and we'll review some of the others really quick. Starting off with the Kildeer brand. It's a nice ratcheting system, so it does have ratcheting left and right. It has the magnetic retention as well. It does have left and right, and it's not gear driven because you can't really hear any gears or feel any gears either. You basically just turn this the way you want to go, and then it locks it, or there is a center locking. It does a pretty good job. I do like the bit system though. So the bit system is you would push these two in, and it holds 3, 6, 12 bits, 3, 6, 9, 12 altogether. I don't use that many typically. Usually what I'm using is going to be number 1, 2, or 3, a couple slotted, and then of course the 1/8 inch for panic bar devices and things like that. I don't really use anything else, so I didn't put any in there in the meantime, but I may fill that out. Like I said, I'm using all these in the field to try and see which one works best for me. This one seems pretty nice. I mean, occasionally on screwdrivers I will tap stuff, you know, like plates or something, just to get them to seat well on the back of it. So I'm not sure the longevity of that, but I do like the handle. It's got nice grippy rubber, and it seems to be good. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the German tools. I use a lot of German stuff, optics and equipment for the safe opening section of my business, and I've always been very pleased with their quality. So we'll come back to the next one here. Alright, the next one is the LTT screwdriver. It was touted as the world's best screwdriver. They had a fundraiser and GoFundMe campaign, and got that going. It was on back order. It took me about a year to get this stupid screwdriver in. Is it all that? It's pretty nice. I would give it a thumbs up overall. Couple things I don't like about it. A, it's got the magnetic retention, which it's actually really strong. It's got the knurling that I like. It is able to be switched left and right. This is brand new. I really haven't even used this, so that's pretty nice. You could switch the gear run from left to right without taking your hand off. The one thing I do not like is the handle's like super glossed, like no grip on there whatsoever. So I don't know if I'm going to like that. Like I said, I'm going to run each one of these in my truck for a month and see which ones I like. So far, I like everything about it, but I don't like that. Then they have a huge bit storage, which is sort of unique. They come with all these little, I call them like half-size bits. Pretty nice, but you could take them out. And like I said, I've taken them out and put my main ones in, which are always going to be 1, 2, and 3 Phillips, 1/8 inch hex, and some slotted. That's about it. I got some other oddballs in there. It's pretty cool, and that's got a nice thing in there. And like I said, it's a nice ratchet. It's got a nice high tooth count. I'm not sure what it is, but it seems nice and firm. It's got a center lock as well. I just don't know if I'm going to like that handle. So maybe I could spray something on there to get that gussied up, or put some grip tape on there or something. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I'm just going to run these each in the truck for about 30 days. Pitch the ones I want, I'll keep. The ones I don't want, I'll probably just put in the shop or resell, or maybe even give away. So if you want to give away, maybe I'll do a giveaway with the ones I don't use. So we'll be back. Alright guys, next up is the Duratech. The Duratech I actually thought I liked. I got a couple tools from them. Really nice grippy handle, magnetic retention like the rest of them. It's pretty weak magnetic retention, but hey, it still works. No grip on there, which I am a fan of that. And although it looks like metal, this is plastic and this is plastic. I thought for sure that'd be metal, some kind of pot metal, but no, it's plastic. So I don't know, I'll give it a try. Like I said, I give everything a try. It wasn't that expensive. I got it from Amazon. Got some other Duratech tools, wrenches and stuff. They're pretty good, but I don't know the longevity. And once again, this one is a little bit hard to get to manipulate to the left and to the right, just because there's no like heavy grip on there. Plus it's plastic. If your hands were greasy, I'm guessing you'd never get that open. Bit storage is a little hard to get out too. It's in there. You really got to pry that sucker, which I guess is good for certain things. It's got a pretty robust amount of bit storage in there, more than I need, but just about what I need, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's Duratech, and like I said, it was like a $25 maybe for this, so it's not that expensive. Pretty good, other than the downer is this plastic. I don't know if that's going to last very long. I'm sure they call it polymer, but I call it plastic, and it's doesn't seem too bad, but I don't know the longevity of it. So we'll check it out. We'll give it the 30-day run, and if not, somebody else is going to get it. Alright guys, I've been a big fan of Vera for a long time. This is their new model. I don't know how new it is, but it's pretty cool. So far I'm digging it. It's got the, once again, magnetic retention. They almost all share magnetic retention. Some are better than others, but this is definitely a good quality one. This has got the ratcheting system as well, and yeah, this is super smooth. It's a German company, so you know, it's a quality tool, and yeah, you're able to manipulate that easy with one hand. No knurling, which I don't know if I like or not. But I do love their retention for the bits. So check this out. It's got a little cap in the back. Just press it. Boom. All your bits are right there. And plenty of storage for pretty much everything I need. Like I said, I'm typically going to be at least 3, maybe 6 bits. That's about what I need typically. I'm always keeping one in the chamber for the number 2 anyways. That's the most common here in the US. And then I want a number 1 and a 3. I got a backup number 2 in case I crack something, and I got a couple slotted, and I've got the 8th. That's really all I'll ever need. Sometimes I don't even use them that much, but Vera, it's pretty cool. Close that down. The handle's a little bit glossy. The green sections are a little bit grippy, but the black sections are smooth in plastic like the LTT model. So I'm not sure if I'm going to like that or not, but it is a very comfortable handle, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a deal breaker for me if it's going to be too glossy. I do like to get a good grip on there. It is comfortable, but I'm not sure if that's going to either get glossy as it gets oily, because as locksmiths and doing maintenance, you guys know you get oil on your hands always, and it always goes on the tools. So I don't know, we'll check that out though, but that's probably going to be my one I'm thinking I'm going to like, but I'll have to give that a try in the long run. Only time will tell. Alright guys, next up is the Vessel. The Vessel's sort of cool. I'm really just using it for the shop. It's got the magnetic retention, really nice. Vessel's got really weird bits. I don't know if you guys could see that or not, but it's basically for their impact bits. They have like a really weird ball bearing section in there in the middle. I don't know if they claim it's supposed to be good. It's a Vessel made in Japan. That's how they make their impact bits. Supposedly that's superior. I don't know. I do like this one. I use this one in the shop. I've been using this one. I got two. Well, it's got a hidden feature that it does have ratcheting, and you could hit that and it ratchets the other way. It does have another hidden feature where you could pop that off and you got like the micro drive. That's nice, and that's still ratcheting as well. That is nice. I give them that. And the handles, you love them or hate them. My complaint so far in the shop, I just use them to pop off cylinder screws and odds and ends, is every time I'm doing it, I tend to hit this by accident. So that yellow gear is actually your forward or reverse or left or right for ratcheting, and I tend to hit that all the time whenever I'm doing it, and you just hit it all the time. So don't know if I'm a fan of that. I will definitely not be carrying that as my main primary. It is comfortable and it is nice to just take off screws for cylinders and whatnot, but overall, yeah, I'm not going to be putting that in the truck. So I like to only carry a couple in the truck that I need, a couple oddballs, and you know, if you buy once and you buy the right tool, you'll probably never have to have a backup. So I don't necessarily have backups with me all the time. I guess I have screwdrivers and other things in my drill guns, but I don't need to use that if you buy the right tool. So that's the Vessel. Pretty cool, but overall, yeah, not going to make it into the truck. So we'll be back. Alright, so we got the last three. These are going to be the gear wrench, the Stillwell, and the Blue Point. If you look at them, they're really, literally are all the same. I think they're really almost all, these two are, I think, the same, just made in a different company. This is Germany, this one is US gear wrench, I'm not sure, some Japan maybe, I'm not really sure. The gear wrench I actually just bought from my guitar room, so it's got a couple cool features. When I'm repairing guitars, I need a nice hand grip occasionally. It's got the 90-degree, turn that, pivot it. It does have easy access to in and out, left and right for the screws. It does have another neat feature where it's got a light built in there. And for guitar, my guitar repair room's pretty dark, so I got some lights in there, but it's always nice to have another set of headlights on there when you're doing something. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. It's got a really nice retention for the magnetic hold on the tips. It's also got, like I said, the nice knurling on there, which I'm a fan of. So it's pretty good. I really do enjoy that for the guitar repair room. Will it make it into the truck? Probably not. I'll probably keep this one down there just because I don't need all that stuff, even though that is nice. But it's probably not going to replace my snap-ons right now. I also forgot to mention that as you press these three screwdrivers actually have the bit retention in the base of them. Room for 6 bits, which is pretty good. Like I said, I only use a certain amount of bits, so that's pretty good. Nicely made, and the grip is actually really nice on this. It's nice and grippy. The red sections are not so grippy, but the black is definitely nice and firm for getting a hold of stuff. So able to manipulate that in and out screw action with your thumb while still on the handle. That's a bonus. So that is made by Gear Wrench.